Okay, folks. Now you see the title of this one here. What you're looking at is a tweet. You can see it. You see who made the tweet. You can see the date of the tweet and the content of said tweet. See, this was Eric Adams running for office, Eric Adams, not Eric Adams sitting on the hot seat, Eric Adams. Liberalism is a mental disorder. And I still say this is just so weird how the African American Negro, they sit back and talk about how the darker skinned people and of color are treated in the lands that these people come from. They sit up and do live streams about it. They live stream about it. They do podcast about it. Hell, there's videos from so-called like news people on how they live and how they're corralled off and treated in Central and South America and other places, and China and whatnot, because there's a lot of Chinese and a lot of Slavic speaking people coming through this southern border as well. Now, nowhere near to the level, and Arabics as well. Now, compared to the Spanish speaking, no, they're a drop in the bucket, but they're still a drop. Like I always tell people, you can take a 5-gallon bucket of water and I just put 5 drops of arsenic in it. Does it mean that there's, that the arsenic no, the arsenic is still in the water. It's just diluted, but it's still there. Just because you can't see it, that's we say the same thing with black dye. Put a drop of black dye in a swimming pool. You can't see it. Don't mean it's not there. That's your mind talking to you. That's reality kicking you in the seat of the pants. If you got to drop it in there to see if you can still see it or taste the arsenic, you're too far down the hole to be helped. I'm not the guy for you. But anyway, we're going to listen to Mr. Adams, what he's saying now. This was like 2 days ago, something like that. But anyway, let's go ahead and listen to him.
We start tonight with New York City at a potential breaking point. We have been following the story, as you know, for months. Tens of thousands of migrants arriving from Central and South America and West Africa, straining city resources. We got here tonight because of what the mayor said over the last 24 hours, and we want to walk you through all of this. The mayor saying the crisis, quote, will destroy New York City, unleashing his frustrations with a fury we haven't seen before, targeting the White House and governors, busing migrants to sanctuary cities, even calling the Texas governor, Greg Abbott, a madman. The White House responding tonight, defending their records, helping cities across the country. The crisis spilling into the largest school system in America. More than 1 million children returning to class today, with 20,000 new students from families seeking asylum. The school system getting another $110 million to the budget, but there are worries that resources will still be stretched to the limit. The city's shelter system stretched past its capacity this summer. At one point, more migrants in city shelters than homeless Americans. Some asylum seekers were able to get beds inside hotels, while others slept on the streets outside. Still, some parents are optimistic the city can handle the crisis. But now, more than ever, this issue spanning the border to cities thousands of miles away, and it's hitting close to home. NBC correspondent Valerie Castro has the story.
Let me tell you something, New Yorkers.
The migrant crisis taking on a new tone.
Never in my life have I had a problem that I did not see an ending to. I don't see an ending to this. I don't see an ending to this. This issue will destroy New York City. Destroy New York City.
Mayor Eric Adams escalating his frustration during a town hall meeting, revealing new fears as tens of thousands of asylum seekers continue to arrive in New York City.
110,000 migrants We have to feed, clothe, house, educate the children, wash their laundry sheets, give them everything they need, health care. Month after month, I stood up and I said, this is going to come to a neighborhood near you. Well, we're here. We're here.
A drastic shift from the message Adams first had for incoming migrants.
Lady Liberty sits in our harbor. New York City is the welcoming mat for the entire globe.
For months, he's been pleading with the federal government for help, going so far as to blame them for the city's deteriorating supply of resources.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready! The national government has turned its back on New York City.
What he once dubbed as a political stunt by Texas Governor Greg Abbott became a new reality for the city.
We're getting 10,000 migrants a month. One time we were just getting Venezuela. Now we're getting Ecuador. Now we're getting Russian-speaking coming through Mexico. Now we're getting Western Africa. Now we're getting people from all over the globe have made their minds up that they're going to come through the southern part of the border and come into New York City.
This bus terminal became the first welcome sign for migrants after hours-long journeys from Texas. But the mayor says to his frustration, they are still arriving by the busload.
Okay, Valerie joins me now in the studio. I guess people may be watching this. And when you think about the fact that the mayor's a Democrat, the governor of New York's a Democrat, and the president is a Democrat, and they're not on the same page. I know you have some new reporting tonight. What has happened since Mayor Adams made those explosive comments last night?
So the White House, a White House spokesperson tells NBC News that the administration has been in talks with Governor Kathy Hochul as recently as today about this issue. They made no mention of any conversation with Mayor Eric Adams, though. They point out that $140 million in federal funding has already gone to the city and state from the Department of Homeland Security, but they say it'll ultimately be up to Congress to decide if more resources should be provided.
Yeah, but the other problem is that it seems like the mayor and the governor also aren't on the same page, and they're not talking to each other. Okay, Valerie, we appreciate all that reporting. Great report.
Gee, what a difference a couple of years make. There's no way out of this, folks. Same thing with Chicago. There's no way out of this. Same thing now with Massachusetts. I done the video on them, yesterday? Day before yesterday? I think I done it I think I done it a few days ago, but it was a couple of days before I put it up. There's no way out of this at the state level. There's no political way out of this. This is attempting to close the barn door after the horse then ran out. That analogy applies. So, only thing I'm gonna just leave with this here. This is gonna be my swan song, my finish thing here. This is what we got.
Do me a favor, please. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying. Get in Igbo. Get out of here for real. I'm saying get out of here for real. I'm saying get out of here.
Y'all be good and be safe. Rate, comment, share, subscribe. Bye.